Hello everyone, so welcome to the mid-league update for my Herald of Agony necromancer. We're currently level 94. I've invested roughly 15 divines into this build, and I'm gonna do now like a quick demonstration of how it works. How is it? Well, first of all, let me equip my AoE setup, which as you can see is just swapping one single gem. And we will be killing this bit of the Chimera, I guess. Oh, that's a nice cobble jewel, I think. We will be taking every altar that's relevant, and we will be just fine. So, how's the league been for you? I'm basically doing a no mercenary run with this build, basically just to prove a point. The only difference between last season is we're using the rune graph that grants increased global defenses, which is really strong on this character. It provides roughly 300 energy shield and a bunch of armor and evasion rating, which, you know, it's so good. And it kind of compounds with everything else that's going on here, so... if you see me grabbing random shitty uniques, it's my rogue disenchanting, basically, bin. Let me check the modifiers, nothing that we really care about, so... And as you can see, like, we spent about like maybe 20 divines, I think, from 15 to 20, and as you can see, like the damage is absolutely solid. We're face tanking stuff, we're sitting in shit. We're still only susceptible right now to dots and big physical damage one shots. That could be fixed, but I don't really want to make the expensive version of this build. I'm gonna reroll as soon as I've played it, basically to completion already a couple of times, so, you know, time to experiment, try new stuff out. But as you can see, like, the build works perfectly fine. You know, you can peacefully farm, you can do... I've done my tier 17s, I've done my Uber Alder with it. As you can see, I have no quests left. I won't do the grove here, just, you know, to be quick. But yeah, we are clearing, no problem. We're just rolling for the map. If you're new to the channel, if you've never seen like a video of mine, this is basically my pet build. I play it all the time, and it is really like extraordinarily effective in the mid-budget range. Like right now, you'll see it later. I will have a quick rundown of the stats in the POB, but in the single target setup, which we achieve by just doing this once again, we're looking at 22 million, I think, peak single target DPS. You'll see it here, yeah. You don't get to see a good demonstration of it on this boss as it phases constantly, but as soon as my stacks ramp and we get a bunch of wither stacks on the boss, they do melt. Maybe I can do an elder afterwards, or like a... Yeah, something a bit more tanky just to, you know, showcase the damage. And it is quite durable. Yeah, you can do tier 17s with it. You can farm tier 16s. I wouldn't say it is not the best tier 17 runner unless you heavily invest into defense. But at the same time, it is extraordinarily tanky when you do so. Like, it becomes one of the tankiest builds of all, I guess. Because we're an arrow stacker at heart, so we get to run both Determination, Grace. I'm currently running Divine Shield, and just because I'm a bit more spec'd into damage than defense, I'm not running also Flesh and Stone, which I could very well do. And of course I've picked the worst possible boss to showcase my damage. So yeah, basically everything I have on me right now is cheap. I have a pair of shitty rare gloves, like 85% like Stygian Vice. I have these random like Circle of Ambition, Circle of Nostalgia rings. The amulet is quite expensive, but it's a shit roll, both attributes and percentage wise, so I think it was like 2 divines or something. The chest was 2 divines as well. The helmet was like 80 KS or something. It's just an helmet with like levels to minion gems and mana reservation. Like everything else on it is pretty much irrelevant. Yeah, and this is the result. Let's do one quick boss. One proper boss to see like a fully ramped DPS. I think I have an invitation that we can run. Where is it? Oh yeah, no, I have plenty. Yeah, let's juice it up a bit. More monster life, attack speed cannot be stunned. Yeah, this is perfectly fine. And we will demonstrate it more effectively. So yeah, the damage takes a bit to ramp, because we need to build our stacks over here in the top right corner. Wait, where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, but we're cruising as soon as it builds up. Well, also, it wasn't cursed, so it was taking like half damage. And now we do the bolt phase. One, another one over here. And we can kind of tank also his attacks with no biggie. We of course die to like the what's the word, like the bubbles there. Like as you can see, when he's cursed, like he's dying pretty quickly. Ta -ta 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 -ta, and it's gone. Wait, were I still? No, okay, I was in single target mode. Yeah, so just going quickly over my stats, I guess. This is the current setup that I'm running. It's a bunch of shitty cluster jewels with like sublime form. I'm missing 5 more stacks, which I will get next level, theoretically. And then a bunch of random jewels, like mostly to fix my stats, to fix my resistances. If you ever played this build before, you know that both attributes and resistances are a massive dick in the ass to get going, basically. And this is the new rune graft. It is pretty hard to like make it work. As you can see, I have barely I have 3 more strength than the amount I need to just function, and barely more dex than that. So you will not be able to make it work before that. But we're sitting at a very comfortable almost 23 million DPS after we've applied our poison stacks and our wither stacked. So you know this is like more like a couple seconds into the fight. For a more realistic like AoE DPS, you can swap out wild toxins and keep fierce, and it's still like a pretty respectable DPS. As you can see from here, like the physical max hit is still pretty bad, but the elemental max hit is nice. So we're of course chaos immune, and like you've seen during the map, my HP doesn't really drop. We're also at almost 65% chance to evade with our flex cap. We have a decent physical damage reduction, and since we're running Aegis Aurora, this almost a 30k armor means that we regenerate like 150 energy shield or something whenever we block. No, that's more than that. That's 1500 energy shield, I guess, every time we block. So, and we're running a 64% block chance and 20% physical block chance. So we are blocking constantly and constantly regenerating my max hit. I'm also currently running the Brian King Pantheon just because I've bought like a shitty level 1 Awakened Castwell Channeling, and I was leveling it like by hand myself. It's still level 2, which, you know, it's a long way to level 5, I guess. But at level 5 you will get the inability to be stunned while spinning, and then you can drop the Brian King to get something else to become even more tanky. So yeah, we also massively overcapped on resistances. That's because, well, not only because it helps when grabbing like altars, but if I were to invest more in this build, you eventually want to have a melding of a flash to increase your max resistances. So that's kind of like I started preemptively amassing resistances, I guess. We're also running 2 oh shit buttons, as I described in the build guide, because we have both Val Molten Shell and Val Discipline, so you can activate them when, like, you've seen me do the expedition there, so where you're standing there in the middle, like 5,000 things are attacking you at the same time, you know, you pop them and you're done. So yeah, that's the build. It works, it's decent, it's good, as always. I'm gonna probably be trying something else now. Maybe experiment a bit. We'll see. So, bye bye.